The 1990s was a decade filled with tennis stars. From Agassi to Monica Seles to Steffi Graf, these stars were at the pinnacle of their careers and set the bar for the next generation. Some have gone on to achieve a lot after retiring, while others have chosen a more private lifestyle. Where are these stars, and what have they been up to? Let's find out, starting with Monica Seles. The story of Monica is a story of what could have been if she wasn't stabbed. On April 30th, 1993, Monica was a victim of the greatest tennis scandal, as she was stabbed on the court by an obsessed Steffi Graf fan because she had defeated Steffi to win a Grand Slam months ago. Monica defeated Steffi in 1993, winning 3 out of 4 Grand Slams against her. She literally dethroned Graf while she was ruling the entire world. In 1990, she became the youngest player ever to win a French Open at the age of 16, and by the time she was 20, she had already won 8 Grand Slams. She played for the United States from 1995 to 2003, having previously represented Yugoslavia. After the stabbing incident, she was off tennis for 2 years before returning in 1995. But she couldn't compete at her best anymore. She played her last professional game in 2003 before officially retiring in 2008. In 2009, she was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, and she's now a writer. She has since written 3 books and is a spokesperson for a pharmaceutical company working to raise awareness of binge eating disorders. Steffi is regarded as one of the greatest ever tennis players to walk the earth. She has a total of 107 career titles, placing her third with Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert coming first and second. Just like her husband, Agassi, Steffi was big on giving back to society, and she started a foundation dedicated to raising awareness for the needs of children in 1998. She retired the following year at the age of 30 while she was ranked number 3 in the world. She got married to fellow tennis player Andre Agassi in 2001. However, since her retirement, she's been involved in several humanitarian works. We definitely cannot talk about Steffi and forget her superstar husband Agassi. What's he been up to also? Agassi was a real superstar. He captivated the media with his on-court fashion sense and off-court celebrity love life. He was also one half of the game's biggest rivalry of the 1990s with Pete Sampras. Tennis fans adore Agassi for his skillful tennis play as well as his humanitarian work with children. In 2001, he married tennis star Steffi Graf, and a few years later, he retired from the game after the 2006 US Open. Agassi has since expanded his philanthropic efforts, collaborating with an investment fund to fund the construction of over 80 charter schools across the United States. Martina proposed to her long-term girlfriend Julia Lemigova, a former Miss USSR, at the US Open on September 6, 2014, and on December 15, 2014, they married in New York. She was inducted into the International Tennis Federation Hall of Fame in 2019 and is now a Tennis Channel analyst and an activist. The Swede is regarded as one of the best tennis players to play the game in his country. He won 6 Grand Slam singles championships and 3 Grand Slam men's doubles championships. Edberg retired in 1996 and later became Roger Federer's coach from 2014 to December 2015. He still plays tennis on occasion, but he's devoted much of his time to finance and real estate. Hingis became the youngest ever Grand Slam champion in 1996. She has a total of 42 career titles. The tennis world learned in November 2007 that Hingis had failed a drug test at Wimbledon when she tested positive for benzoylecgonine, a cocaine metabolite. Hingis insisted on her innocence, claiming she had inadvertently consumed it, but ITF rejected her appeal and sentenced her to a 2-year suspension, although she had previously retired for the second time before the ban. Hingis, still feeling like she had a point to prove, came out of retirement in 2015, and while her singles career was over, she went on to dominate the doubles circuit. A year later, she was winning titles and reaching major tournament finals once more. She finally retired for the third and final time after the 2017 WTA Finals, while she's still ranked number 1 in the doubles ranking. As of 2018, she was the coach for the Swiss Fed Cup team. Jim began his professional career in 1988. The redhead from Florida competed admirably in a generation dominated by the rivalry between Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi. He won 4 Grand Slam singles championships, 2 at the French Open and 2 at the Australian Open. Jim has worked as a broadcaster for the Tennis Channel, USA Network, NBC Sports, and many other networks since retiring in 2000. And since 2005, he's been the primary commentator for the Australian Open on the host broadcast station, as well as an analyst. Pierce is the last French player to have won the Roland Garros tournament, a tournament she won in the year 2000. Mary Pierce turned pro at the young age of 14 and went on to win 4 Grand Slam titles the whole of her career, 2 in singles, 1 in women's doubles, and 1 in mixed doubles. In 2006, she suffered an on-court knee injury and was unable to return to the tour, forcing her to retire. In 2019, she was inducted into the ITF Hall of Fame. Mary's still involved despite her inability to play the game she enjoys. She teaches tennis in Black River, Mauritius, where she has lived for over a decade now. Jennifer began her professional career as a teen prodigy in 1990. Despite her off-court controversy and on-court injuries, she won 14 career WTA titles, 3 Grand Slam titles, and a number 1 ranking in 2001. Since retiring in 2004, she had several run-ins with the law, the most recent of which occurred in 2013 when she was charged with battery and stalking after reportedly following and striking former boyfriend Ivan Brennan on Valentine's Day. She's managed to stay out of the spotlight since then. Michael Chang is the youngest male player in history to win a Grand Slam tournament at the age of 17 in 109 days in 1989. He made history by becoming not only the youngest Grand Slam winner ever, but also the first of Asian descent. Throughout the 1990s, Chang was a standout performer. The 5 feet 9 inches American used his quickness and court tricks to compete with the best and strongest in the world. He won 34 ATP titles, appearing in 3 Grand Slam finals with only 1 win. Chang amassed over $19 million in prize money and reached a career-high ranking of number 2 in 1996 during his 15-year career. His success signaled the beginning of a new era in which a new generation of American players, including Pete Sampras, Jim Courier, and Andre Agassi, would come to dominate the game. He retired in 2003 and has been one of Kai Nishikori's coaches since 2014. Boris Becker won the Wimbledon singles title in 1985 as the first unseeded player and the first German. He won 6 major singles championships as well as an Olympic gold medal in men's doubles. Boris struggled with his early success and fame, and his personal life has been turbulent since the end of his playing career. He retired in 1999 and continued to play poker and coach. From 2013 to 2016, he was Novak Djokovic's coach. He declared bankruptcy in 2017 and sold memorabilia in 2019 to pay off his debt. He was eventually sentenced to 2.5 years in prison in April 2022 on charges of concealing assets related to his 2017 bankruptcy. Pete Sampras was among the most successful tennis players of the 1990s. He dominated the men's tour with an unrivaled serve and volley game. Pete, who was quiet, humble, and hardworking, served as a role model for other ATP athletes to emulate both on and off the court. He now spends most of his time with his wife and 2 sons, occasionally picking up a tennis racket or golf club. The last man to win both the singles and doubles title at the same Grand Slam tournament was YEVGENY Kafelnikov. He completed this incredible feat at the French Open in 1996. In his career, he won 6 Grand Slam titles and a gold medal at the Olympics. He officially retired in 2010 and has ventured into the worlds of poker and golf after retiring. The Russian was one of Russia's top golfers by 2015, but he hasn't been as successful since then. And in 2019, he was inducted into the ITF Hall of Fame. Who remains your favorite tennis player from the 90s? Comment below.